Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Chris Kukoc and I've got a special treat for you today. I've got Taufeeq Rahim from Mortgage Architects.
Hey guys.
And Taufeeq is going to talk to us about his predictions over the Bank of Canada mortgage rate over the next 2 quarters.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to go over why I think the Bank of Canada is going to be a little bit more hesitant before they announce another rate hike within the next quarter or the next couple of quarters. We just had a couple of announcements at the start of the year. One was the rate hike, the other one was the new mortgage rules. But if we look at what has happened so far, the present economy and the present state of the dollar, we can sort of come to a conclusion as to why the Bank of Canada might be a little bit hesitant to move the rates up. As of last year, the Bank of Canada announced 3 rate hikes. Now, while we have seen some impact of that in the last few months or so, the full impact of that is yet to be seen. We just don't have the data out there yet to make a full assessment. The January rule change was the 6th over the last few years, and the assessment of the impact is yet to be seen. And because they don't have that data, I think the Bank of Canada is going to be a little bit more hesitant before they move on to the next rate hike. The other thing to talk about is the effect of NAFTA, the future of which is uncertain right now. Based on how the US is imposing tariffs on other nations and on steel and aluminum, you're having a trade war sort of starting to heat up. And as we depend on the US so much, we're a little bit uncertain of how it's going to affect the Canadian economy. And I think that's another reason why the Bank of Canada might be a little bit hesitant to move the needle up. And the last point that I want to make is the effect of the loonie, which is appreciated against the greenback, that is causing some headwind for companies that are exporting to the US. Now, the Bank of Canada's ultimate intent is to increase the rate over the next couple of years. That's what they really want to do. But I think at this point in time, they're going to be a little bit more cautious because simply, as I mentioned, for the lack of data and the state of the economy and where it's going, especially due to activities south of our border. But ultimately, it's the Bank of Canada's decision in terms of increasing the rate in the next quarter or two. My personal belief is that they're going to be a little bit more cautious in terms of the rate increase. They're going to assess the situation a little bit more carefully than they have in the past, but it remains to be seen what exactly plays out by the end of the year. I'm sure we'll all know.
I think something to remember is even if the interest rate does go up by another 50 basis points this year, we're still talking historically ridiculously cheap money.
That's correct.
I think the average interest rate in Canada has been around 7%.
Yep.
And we haven't seen that since around 2006. Taufeeq, thanks so much for coming out. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
Guys, Taufeeq's information is below. He's especially good with first-time home buyers and self-employed. I'm going to put his information in the comments below. If you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions for Taufeeq, make sure you write them down in the comments. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. Click that subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell so you'll be notified every time I drop a new video just like this one. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.